Hey, thanks everybody for coming here on your lunch break. I appreciate it. I'm Bruce Adams. We're being videotaped today. How cool is that? So we'll be on YouTube. I really appreciate your coming. So what I've learned in the last 19 years of doing this is that students can do absolutely amazing things. We have some incredible superstars here. Why are they all boys? I don't know. Anyhow, through this program, here's the short version of what we do. We have a series of seminars in the spring semester, starting in February, where we go to cool places like a wider circle. We go to this farm where this guy's trying to replicate what it used to be like in Montgomery County in the slave era. We learn about those folks in the red jackets in Bethesda who keep things clean and put on concerts and everything. We go to Bethesda Magazine. We'll go to a business. We try to learn about how Bethesda works as a kind of an insight into leadership. And we meet with a whole bunch of people, like the guy who built Strathmore Hall, the big concert center. And we meet with people and we try to learn about how they were able to achieve what they achieved. My notion is, if you're here because you think that if you get in this program, I'm going to give you a checklist of 10 things, and if you memorize those 10 things, come in and have a seat. You'll be like a super leader? No, that's not happening. That's not the way leadership works. What I'm trying to do in this program is to introduce you to leadership. Leadership is learning about building relationships and making things happen. And so I want to introduce you in the spring to a whole bunch of leaders who are doing incredible things. I want you'll be part of 15 people in this class who are also in the process of doing amazing things. Leadership isn't like a solo activity where one person goes off and achieves everything. Leadership is about collaboration. Leadership is about learning how to work with other people. And so we try to introduce you to that through these seminars. We have a ropes class. We work on this farm where this guy's trying to replicate what it was like being a slave in Montgomery County. So we do some kind of cool things like that. We go to the National Center for Children and Families. I told you we go to a wider circle. So we see some of the people doing amazing things in Montgomery County and in the Bethesda, Chevy Chase area. But the main thing, and the thing these guys are going to tell you about, is that in the course of the spring, you are going to design a project that you're in charge of. Now, I'm going to encourage you to do it with somebody else, not just do it alone. But you can do it. We do it. Sometimes it's one person, two people, three people working together. But you are doing a project that you are in charge of, that you have framed. This is not an internship program. You don't come here and decide, well, I'm going to go to the Sierra Club and I'm going to clean streams when they tell me to clean streams, or I'm going to go to the National Center for Children and Families and I'm going to do what they want in terms of taking care of homeless families. This is you deciding, I care passionately about homelessness, or I care passionately about isolated seniors, or I care passionately about the environment. And you're designing something that you can do in a 200-hour period over the summer, possibly with partners, possibly with other volunteers, to make a difference in the community. And so I think now is a good time for these guys to just briefly tell you what they were able to accomplish so you get a feel for that. Then I'm going to do a little bit of logistics and then we're going to see if you have questions. Thank you guys for being here. 4 superstars right here. Speak right into the camera.
Alright. What's up, guys? My name is James Becker. I'm a senior here. I did my project the summer going into junior year, so my sophomore year. And what I did is I worked with Alex Van Hollen. He was a senior last year. And we created a bike safety camp for children in the community. And so we ran it for, I think it was like 10 days. We had like 80 kids come through and get certified by instructors, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of hard work. So, yeah.
What'd you learn? About yourself?
It's perseverance, I guess. Like, you'll get a lot of no's in life, but you just got to keep pushing it until you get a yes. And that's just ultimately the thing. Like, you can't really give up. You just got to keep going until you get a yes. That's basically the most important thing.
Hey guys, I'm Corinne. My project is the first one on the list. It's Surfing with Seniors on your brochure. Basically what we did was we worked together with a bunch of assisted living homes in the area, and we taught the elderly how to use basic computer applications like Word, email, PowerPoint, how to do Google searches, Google Maps, things like that. It was like 3 weeks long in the summer. We started at the very beginning of the summer, and one thing I learned is that you have to be able to think on your feet. You can't plan for everything. A lot of the seniors like fell asleep on us during our class, so that was one thing we had to work around, like on our feet when they just fell asleep.
Hey, I'm Alok Shetty. I'm a senior here. I've worked with Ben Noodleman, who's also a senior, and we ran a 4-week tennis camp in DC for underprivileged kids and for adults also. And we wanted to, especially with the kids, we wanted to kind of instill in them core values that can help them in life. Obviously, most of them were coming from a kind of bad background, so we wanted to kind of give them something to do in the summer instead of just, you know, sit at home, watch TV, stuff like that. Yeah, and we wanted to instill in them kind of the values of leadership, teamwork, and sportsmanship. And we thought that tennis was a great outlet to do that. I play tennis, and Ben also plays recreationally. And what I learned about myself, I think, is that it's really important to be adaptable, like Kern said. Especially when you're working with kids, they have pretty short attention spans. So whatever you plan might not go as you wanted it to. So you have to kind of be able to think on your feet, and you have to be able to change your plans as you go.
I'm Samuel Obig, and I worked with Orlando Pinder, who is a senior here, who is into a lot of film stuff. So our first seminar we went to a wider circle, and we were both really we really liked what they do, and wanted more people in the community to know what they do and how they do it and their philosophy behind it. So we created a 5-minute video on the philosophy and just everything about Wider Circle that you might need to know, like some behind the scenes stuff that not everybody would see if you just walked in there and went in there today. We learned that you really have to take a step back and see the big picture of the project, because doing a video can be really easy to get focused in on one thing and not take the bigger picture, which is what it's really all about.
Terrific. So you may be incredibly shy, and you may think there's no way I can do what those guys just did and stand up there and talk in front of all these people. Well, this is one thing that Lazarus will teach you. This will really be something. One thing I think it really does is build incredible self-confidence. Over and over again, we had this really nice graduation at Strathmore Hall, that nice mansion next to the concert center, and every year people stand up, the fellows stand up, and they go like, I did these amazing things I couldn't believe that I could accomplish. And so I think leadership development is about building self-confidence and about building a sense of I can do this. I know everybody in this room can do one of these cool 200-hour projects. And so you do not have to be the captain of the football team or the president of the student council to get into this program. It is competitive. We only have room for 15 students, but don't walk out of here and go like, I'll never get that. This application that I've given you, there's some basic information. You got to get your parents' signature, all that. You've got to get a teacher reference, and you got to get a community reference. But the guts of this application and what the people who make the selection make it on these essays. There's an essay about why you want to be in this program, and then there's an essay about what is it that you think that you want to work on. Now, I will tell you in the first session, if you get in the program, you don't have to do what you wrote about. But what we want to see is a sense of passion, and we want to see a sense of service and a commitment to serve. That's the most important thing for us. So don't feel like, geez, I don't have a 4.0, I'll never get in, I'm not the head of the whatever club. Don't worry about that. If you have a passion to serve, then this is a program for you. And you may be shy and you may think you can't stand up in front of all these people and talk, but by the end of this program you will be able to do that. Now, we want to make sure that this program represents the full diversity of the community. We want to make sure that people have an opportunity to participate here, even if they need to earn some money in the summer. So what happens is, once you go through the seminars and once you develop a program, and find a sponsor where you're going to do your program, then you will, at the beginning of the summer, get a $250 stipend that's sort of your expenses for the summer. Make sure you have your lunch money and your transportation money and maybe some money for projects. And then at the end, if you finish the 200-hour project, you get to choose. Do I want 200 hours of student service learning? You can get that, or you can get a $750 stipend. So don't be saying, you know what, I'd love to do this, but I can't because I got to go earn some money. You will take this stipend and be able to do this. This is not a full-time, this is not your entire summer. I mean, if you're thinking you're going to go on a 2-month trip to Europe or Africa or someplace for a project, then don't do this because you won't have room. But if you have a 2-week or 3-week activity, or your family's going away for a couple of weeks, you can work this in. You can probably even work this in with a little part-time paying job too if you need that. So somebody just tell about how the kind of 200 hours fits into the summer. There is a chance to be doing other things. It is a major commitment though. If you're going to be away for the summer, you can't do this.
So the 200 hours isn't all in the project. That's one thing I thought when I applied. 200 hours builds up through planning, the sessions, things like that. So, and then also you can choose how many hours you want to spend per day. So if you're short on time, then you can just extend your project to make it longer per day and build hours that way. 200 seems like a lot right now, but when you do the numbers and add it up, it's not as much as you think.
So a lot of people do a camp, and so if you did a camp, it might be that you do it for the mornings for 4 or 5 days during the week for 3 weeks. That, when you add the planning time and you add the 20 hours from going to all the seminars and everything, that will end up getting you your 200 hours. Jenny is with College Tracks, and we got a brand new thing we're going to do this year.
Hi everybody.
Does everybody know about College Tracks? Let's give we have 2-sentence promotion for College Tracks. Sure. A wonderful program.
Yeah, so College Tracks is based in the College and Career Center here at BCC, and we want to work primarily with students whose parents either didn't go to college or maybe they went to college, but they're still a little bit confused about the process. We want to make sure that every student who wants to go to college can. And so if you may be confused about the process or your parents are confused, we want to meet you. So part of why I'm here today is, well, one, I'm on the selection committee. So I've seen some of these amazing
she
essays.
has outed herself.
Oh, I was. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, they're going to come to you like crazy.
Anyway,
okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
You have 60 new best friends.
Yeah. We would really love to meet you if you are someone who could really use help in College Tracks. The first thing that we will do to help you is we will actually help you with these applications. We're going to have 3 workshops to help you with the application, help you get started, help you with the essays, make sure that you're kind of on the right track. The first workshop is going to be next Tuesday after school. If you are interested in getting help with that and you're not signed up for College Tracks, this is a great time to do it. Okay?
Yes, thank you. So this is a good possible introduction for the sophomores to College Tracks, which is a fabulous program. Just filling out this application is a good practice for what you're going to have to be doing in terms of how are those college applications going. They're fun, right? This is a good practice for that. And what's really cool about what's happening this year is that College Tracks is actually going to recruit some of these folks to come in and help you fill out these applications. Another thing about this program is when you have to fill out those college applications, if you can write about a 200-hour community service project that you did, that is a fabulous college essay. Now you may be wondering, why did he give us 2 of these brochures? You need to find a teacher and you need to find a community reference. Those are the last pages in the application. They may not have a clue what Lazarus is. So these 2 handouts that you're getting are for you to give to them when you give them the form to fill out. This application is due January 9th at my house. I'm sorry, this is not all electronic. Fill this out on paper, get this to me, make sure your references get this to me by January 9th. We'll let you know pretty soon. We'll let you know within a month whether you're in, and then we start in February. Do you have questions of me, of us? Yes.
Okay,
Little louder, please.
What's your address so we can mail it to you?
It's right here. You can mail it to me, you can drop it off. My address is on here like 10 times. Yeah.
Does it matter like what part of the summer the project is? Like,
No, see, that, I'm sorry, that was the point I wanted to make before. That's a great question. So, some people, you know, have something going in August, and so they have this whole thing wrapped up, they've finished their project, they do it right after school gets out, and end of June and July, and it's done. Some folks maybe right after school have to go do some sort of project. They come in, they might be spending July and August on it. You just need typically a block of 3 weeks where you are just pretty full-time at this project, and you need a lot of planning time before that. Fair? Okay, other questions? Okay, thank you. So, if you are sitting there and I gave you one of these packages and you're like, there is no way I'm doing this, just give it back to me so we can get it in the hands of people who want it. If you have not gotten one yet...
I have a question.
Yeah, sorry.
At what point in the summer should the project be finished?
I mean, you do not want to be coming back to school at the end of August and you're not finished. That's not cool because you got all the stuff you got to do at school. So I think the best thing to do is to really focus in sort of late June, early July and knock it off. But if you have this incredible opportunity to go to, you know, some camp at Stanford or something in the last weeks of June, hey, take it and then slide into August. We have one more fellow. Just give us a minute about what you did.
Okay, I'm
Thank you for being
Lexi,
here.
and for my project, Claire Haggerty and I, we ran a summer camp with 109 kids at Good Hope Center in Silver Spring. It's right by Paint Branch. And we did a camp for the whole day, and it focused on both academics, athletics, and arts and crafts. So we would do like an arts and crafts portion, we would do like different like athletic games, and then for like academics, we do like fractions and baking, or like phase changes through like GAC. So we like tried to make fun academic things, and like we went to the library with them some days and helped them pick out books, and we would read stories to them. And it was a lot of work, so don't like think that you're just going to go in this, it's going to be done and fast. It's a lot of work, so you have to be prepared to put in the effort, but it's actually, you meet some really cool people. Like some of the kids I met are awesome and I would never have met them otherwise, and it's like a rewarding experience. It's like really cool.
Great. So one thing I forgot to say, you need a teacher reference. Don't come back in January after the break and give the form to teachers. That's not fair. So focus, for the benefit of the teachers, focus on getting this thing to them before the winter break so they can do it over the winter break. Some of these poor teachers end up having to do like 10 of these references, so don't dump this on them when you get back. You have that whole week when you get back. The application is not due till January 9th, so that'll give you some time, and College Tracks is going to be available to help. So really take it, this is a new thing with College Tracks. Take advantage of this. This will really help you prepare for college exams. Let me say one thing about sophomores. This is pretty competitive. We're going to get 40 or 50 applications. We have 15 spots. And so if there is a sophomore who's really good and we really want them, and there is a junior who's really good and we really want them, and we only have one space left, we're going to give it to the junior because they can't do it the next year. So if you're a sophomore and you apply for this and you get turned down, please do not be sad. Just say, I'm going to do this again next year. I do have people who apply and then they feel rejected and then they don't want to do it. It's just, it is tough for sophomores. Apply, get in the process, because what will often happen is somebody will come back as a junior and apply and goes like, I applied last year, I'm applying again, I'm determined to be in this program, and it's like, we want that person. So as a sophomore, it's tougher, I'll just be honest with you, but there's usually a handful of sophomores out of the 15, and it's good to try, but don't be disappointed and don't walk away from the process. Any last question? Okay, thank you. I'm here. The best way to get me though is by email. I'm not so great with a phone. So my email is on here. You have a question, feel free to email me. If you have a question now that you want to ask,